Like, we are really happy for you. It is a tough exam. Not a lot of people manage to have that courage to go through this long process. Even we were advised as students to take up real life stimulation tests. That actually gives you the feel. Everyone, I'm Dr. Snigdha from Academically, and today we are going to have a little chit chat and let's just say a session like coffee with Karan with Dr. Chinmay. So first of all, heartiest congratulations, Dr. Chinmay, on clearing your AMC Step 1.
Thank you so much, Dr. Snigdha. Thank you so much, Academically team, for having me. It's been a real pleasure to come here.
We are so glad we were part of your journey. We could help you, but we are really happy for you. It is a tough exam, and not a lot of people manage to have that courage to go through this long process. So, why AMC?
I think that I've been bombarded about this question from a lot of people, that why AMC, because apparently, as it turns out, AMC is not a very popular option as of now, because for an Indian graduate like me, so after you graduate, you have only like two options: either to go with NEET, that is the Indian PG exam, and either to go with the abroad option. So when you talk about abroad, it's mostly either USMLE or CLAP.
Yes.
So not much thought is given to AMC, and there's also the fact that not much information is also available about AMC. But for one thing, I don't want to go and criticize the other pathways, but I'm because US, I felt that it was too long into investing for me, and considering the saturation over there, so I never wanted to go to US in the first place, as a matter of fact. But yes, UK I did consider about, because after I ruled out NEET from my career option, I wanted to go with PLAB. So because of the PLAB, then I started considering how the career options and how the market is over there. So and I think came to know that because of the NHS saturation and the economy and everything that's happening over there, so it's not a very good and pleasing time to go to UK, because UK has always been like my primary option after I stretched it out. And one day, I was scrolling through the Instagram, and I came through the reel of Academically of some influence, I guess. And then I was like, okay, because I didn't know anything about AMC, like anything. I didn't even know that this exam it existed. So I went to the Google and I talked a little about it, and I remember there was some I think Google form or something was available on the Instagram page of Academically. Yes. Yeah, so I filled that up. And then I got a text message from one of the coordinators from the team, from Academically team, yeah. And then they were like, okay, we can hit you up with a call. And then I talked with one person at a stretch, for about an hour or so. And that person was really helpful. It was Mr. Mayank.
Okay.
Was there, yeah. I talked with him. So it was a really good conversation that he had. And he explained to me everything, like what's going on and how's the pathway and all those things. So, and then this is actually one of the major reasons why I wanted to do this session. I was really looking forward to it, because the reason why I got into the Australian pathway is Academically, because coincidentally it bumped into my Instagram reel, and then I talked with this Mr. Nyan and all. So and then I considered that okay, relatively this seems to be a better option if you're someone who's planning to move out. And also many other things, like considering the lifestyle and the ease of getting into the system compared to other countries. This is not easy at all. Can I say that? I'm saying everything I'm saying it in the terms of relative manners, compared with other countries.
Yes, definitely.
So these are some of the reasons. Yeah.
No, but honestly, the USMLE thing, personally, when I graduated from my MBBS, at that point, I considered USMLE. I gave a step, and then I was like, it's too exhausting and it's too long. If I would have known about AMC myself, I would have chosen it now looking back. But yeah, I guess I was meant to be here and talking to you.
Okay. No, that's actually true. This is what I actually believe. This was this word term that I came up through my preparation phase. It was like a leap of faith. Because sometimes that it comes in your path. It's like you cannot plan these things. Okay, as I said, that maybe I was just having a casual day and I was scrolling through my Instagram and it bumped into my feed. So there's something else, at cosmic level something is there. So something is meant for you and you are supposed to do those things. You cannot control that. And that moment I thought, what if I had come to know about this in my internship? So I could have taken AMC a year earlier, maybe as soon as I graduate. But that is not how life works. Unfortunately,
And
you cannot
talking
plan
about
those things.
cosmic things, you are one of
Yeah,
our earliest batch students. Like we were
yeah,
just,
yeah,
you
yeah.
are an AMC second batch student. Now we
Yes,
are
yes.
looking at starting AMC batch 7 next month.
Oh,
So
okay,
you are one
great.
of our earliest batches, and we can
Yes,
say it
yes,
was
yes,
really a thing that we crossed our path and you joined
yes,
us.
yes, 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 yes.
And but okay, now moving on to the preparatory phase. Once you decided, our person talked to you, or the counselors talked to you. How did you go about preparation? How did you decide when to join? How to join?
Okay, so regarding my preparation, actually, as it turns out, one of my seniors from my college, he took this exam last year,
Okay.
and then it was like in my peripheral mind that okay, there's this one person like he took this exam, so I closely contacted him that how's the exam all about and like what's the pass
Mhm.
ratio and like how do you go about it and all those things. So he guided me regarding certain like very famous resources like you can do MNX, you can do M plus and all those. So then, as I said, I talked with this
Mhm.
coordinator from the academy. So there was like that you can take our lectures and go proceed with your preparation. So
Yeah.
then like, I think like in 2 or 3 days, in just a couple of days, I signed up for academically, and
Okay.
my lectures and all this started. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend the live lectures because I'm
Okay.
working as well, and I'm working as a full-time
Oh.
doctor.
Oh
So
wow, then I must really say, like, working and preparing for step,
yes,
like that
yes,
is a big,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
great
That is
job
why that
done.
was actually one of the reasons because I think I started in the October last year, and I started studying properly from January only I can say, but I
Okay.
started like this
Getting in the
AMC
flow.
last getting in the flow like from October, yes.
Okay.
So like and yeah, and as I said that I started with these lectures and also like I used to watch the recorded lectures and then I would just there were also like like after you're done with that lecture like the question banks are available of that like say for example CVS, so the CVS question bank then will be uploaded on your this academically portal, and then I would solve those questions so they could like steadfast your knowledge on this
Okay.
that particular topic. And then I had like as I said this I had like N plus, and also I would just scroll through those questions and like that. But at that time, the workload and everything, like, and other some personal responsibilities also, I was like a little burdened on that. I actually wanted to take the exam in April. April.
Mm-hmm.
So primarily, I had it planned for April, but then when I went into booking my exam, I went with May. And then in May also I felt that okay, there's little something that I can do. So then I went with June. So that brings me to my second point that if you look in the Google and like research and also they like okay, it takes about 6 months or something, 6 to 7 months to prepare for AMC. But
Yeah.
I think that this is more of a self-paced pathway. So you can never be so sure like what's happening in your like according to how it suits you. So there are some people who take like a drop year after
Yes.
their internship after in MBBS. So those people they can like they can study all day and as sidewise they can also take the exam. So the preparation phase. So I think that the senior that I talked about, he told
Mm-hmm.
me that uh, like this exam is something that when you feel confident, okay, like
Mm-hmm.
don't go into that overthinking zone as well because then you will never feel prepared. This, as I said, you need to take a leap of faith and you just go with the exam.
With
But
every
at
exam.
the yeah, you need to take the exam, but at the same time there's not also this pressure upon you that okay, you need to get stuck with the exam whenever you feel comfortable, when you're like okay, I've reached this optimum level where I feel that okay, maybe I cannot do more than this on like,
Okay.
and it's an exam, it's not an like some PhD level training that you need to know everything, you need to know something of everything, and that gets you through the exam. So that was my thinking phase.
But since you were working full time and
Yeah.
you weren't able to attend the live sessions,
Yes,
were you
yeah.
ever able to attend? How did you find them, and how's your feedback about them?
I did actually attend one live session. I think it was endocrinology. Yeah.
Okay.
So I did attend that one session, and it's actually really fruitful because of this thing like there's live chat option also
Mhm.
available. So if you have any doubts or anything, you can just like solve your doubts right away. It's not like even like we have a WhatsApp group. So like even if you watch a recorded lecture, there's no worries. Like you can book your doubts over there as well. But yeah, if you do, and see,
तो
one
तो एक तो
best
एक
thing
रहता
that
है
I
ऐसा
find about live lectures is that you get done with it there and then. Because if you watch recorded lectures, then there's also this question of procrastination that comes along. So you
Yes.
keep procrastinating it. Then, look, I'll do it now. I'll do it then. But if you are someone, I suggest it to everyone who's watching out there. I'll suggest that whenever you sign up for this course, or for any course for that matter, any education course, try to prefer the live lectures only because like you'll be going at this perfect pace, and there's this one burden of less of your mind that okay, I need to plan that what lectures should I watch and everything. So it will be better for you. It will be time saving for you to watch live lectures if you can like spare time for that.
But how many hours were you dedicating per day? Like you were watching recorded, and then
Yes.
did you follow? Like usually when we prepare for NEET PG, like let's talk
Yeah.
an Indian scenario. Most of the
Yeah.
students, like we are told by most of the teachers and coaches that read and do questionnaires for the same day about
Hmm.
that topic.
Yes.
So
Yes.
did you go the same way about it, or how did you go with your preparation?
Yeah, that was, I've always been this person that I like active learning. I cannot be like, okay, I need to look at these lecture notes and I need to study about that topic and then I'll shift to the questions.
Okay.
I'm someone that, as I said, no, I have this interest. So like I would solve the questions first and then I would ponder upon the week. And see, there's one more benefit if you solve questions first because you get to know the exams. See, like whatever is the content of the exam, you've already studied it in your MBBSs. That is not something from. It's just like many people say that okay, like you cannot use your knowledge that you gain through your NEET preparation phase, like we do like throughout the
Yes.
MBBS curriculum. It's nothing like that. Like it's just an Australian exam, but the heart remains the same, the brain remains the same. It doesn't change. The concepts will always be same. So, like coming to that, what you can do is that like, if you do the active learning, you can get okay, this category of question, this type of questions are being asked in AMC, and you need to focus more on that. Like if I was to cite an example, if I talk about AMC, so in CVS they focus more on everything. They focus more
Yes.
on ECGs. So
Yes.
and they don't focus more on the the basics like the cardiac physiology or those basic stuff and all.
I think
So
that's the basic difference between NEET PG and
yes,
AMC. That it's
completely,
for clinical
completely.
scenarios and not
Yes, yes,
theoretical.
yes. And this you can only come to know if you solve questions first. Now, say for example, if you do theory first, okay, so in theory everything would be included. If you look at the lectures of academically, the madam, like our tutors, they would start right from CNAC or PG or everything because they want to build up your bases.
Yes.
So if you do the lecture first, then it will take more time. Okay, and then if you go to the questions, okay, so it's, if you do it in the reverse pattern, that if you solve question, okay, and then you move on, okay, this concept is wrong, this concept is weak, so and this and that. So and then you move to the lectures. So you will be more, focused on okay, what should I be focusing more upon? This I'm saying that if you are looking to, finish the preparation in the minimal time possible, because that is which was the case with me. I didn't want to invest a lot of time on this because there's also this one like existential crisis is always there to life of any doctor that you need to
Yes.
move forward like because as I said, I graduated last year. So when you have your batchmates or your some of the juniors who are taking admissions in PG in India and moving forward with their life, you have this pressure on you that okay, I need to do something about
You feel you're
this.
falling behind
You
in
feel
your
you're
career
falling
somewhere,
behind.
somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that feeling is it's such an paralyzing feeling that it just cripples you that okay, what am I doing? So I wanted to do it in the minimal time possible. But yeah, if you're someone that like you can invest more time to this, so maybe the ideal way is maybe do the lectures first and then go to question. But it's more about what suits you better. This is active learning, as I say, it suits me better. Let's
But
say the
like,
questions
how
first and
many
then
hours
this.
would you recommend? Because most of the
Oh,
people,
okay.
once they finish internship, they start working because sitting at home is hard. Like you want to
Yes.
keep working and increasing your experience. So how many hours with work were you
See,
able to do?
like with the perfect perspective of EMC, I can say that okay, it's possible to work and study because this doesn't demand a lot of study. Like it basically it's more about your concepts, it's more about your clinical acumen. This exam is it moved closer. Like this exam is really beautiful because I feel like the moment I came out from the exam, I said to my friends that I think I've become a better clinician because this and that is not a feeling that you get with doing the NEET
NEET
PG.
PG.
Yeah. To answer your question, I think to when you're preparing for EMC, I think 4 hours a day, 4 to 5 hours a day is enough. And then obviously as your exam comes sooner, then you increase it to like 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. But at the starting of the phase, I think 4 to 5 hours is enough. You don't need to go more than that because you just need to build on your concept. You don't need to know everything with the anat and the micro and the patho and to know this pathogen and all. Those things don't come in the AMC. It
Yes,
just
like
comes in neat
that's
PhD.
the beauty of this exam. It's
Exactly.
actually application. No, the
Yeah.
Indian term "ratta" is not there. It's all
Nothing. No
application of
rata.
what you have learned and what you're actually doing in
Yeah.
a hospital.
Yeah. Because there's this one portion of AMC which I love, and it's said in the MLE as well, which is
Hmm.
ethics.
Hmm.
So ethics, I
Yes,
think that that is something that we are never taught in Indian med school,
India. Yes.
and I don't think even in your career you're ever taught about it. Okay, this is how you're supposed to talk with the patient. This is how you're supposed to to discuss the therapy. So that knowledge that you get after AMC, because you just need to improve on your thinking. So all those
Yes.
people like who are like me and who were prepared for NEET during their MBBS years, because I had also taken some classes in my third and final prof
Okay.
regarding NEET, and then from NEET I shifted to moving abroad. So like so this is like a striking difference that you'll find between those two things, because you don't need to know everything. Like if you talk about exams like NEET, you need to start from the ABC of that. Okay, what is the
Yes.
pathogen which is causing, which nerve is getting affected over?
You
That
have
will
to
be
know
there in
basically anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry.
that will be there in AMC as well. I don't want to mislead students, but that will be more in a very clinical side. Like they'll be
Implementation.
giving like this fracture happened. So because of this fracture, okay, now so this mobility problem is there. Okay, this motor loss is there. So from that basis, you're supposed to think, okay, this is what is happening. So you just need to improve on your thinking. If you're someone like anyways you've studied in your MBBS, it's not like that you just passed it so you just need to improve your thinking. So don't stress too much while you are in the initial phase of AMC. That okay, I will study for 10 hours, I'll study for 12 hours, because you'll get exhausted. You will get
Hmm.
exhausted. Trust me, because in this exam, as the exam comes, approaches you, it will be very stressful. Because it's not an alien thing about AMC that in AMC there's a concept of recall questions. So like there's this whole week of exam of AMC that we have. So like if you're someone who's taking like an exam on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, so like there are many chances that the questions has been asked in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of your exam week.
Oh, that's
So
a very
like
good tip to be
yeah,
pointed
you
out
need
to
to keep that
students.
in mind. Yeah. So not only that, and even like technically I took exam in June. Okay, so
Okay.
I need to be very focused about the recalls of May as well. So
Okay.
like the May recalls that are they keep rolling in. So that you need to focus on that, because you'll get an idea. Okay, now what is AMC having the paradigm shift on? Because like if I talk about June exam, I think in June exam they explored a lot of topics. Okay, and then we were going for the recalls. Like definitely, this was I think it can be a diabolical point, but like the June exam, I think it was a little bit more difficult than the previous months.
Okay.
So
Probably they'll
they
shuffle their question banks.
shuffle their questions, yeah, because if you go through the specification booklet of
Mm-hmm.
AMC, they clearly mentioned that 50% questions will be the new questions and 50%
Yes.
questions will be from the previous school of questions. So, as I said, as we're talking about the exam week, so as the exam approaches, there will be also a lot of new stuff that you need to assimilate in your mind as well. That is not the case with other exams, because when in other exams, as the exam date approaches, you try to calm your mind. You're like, okay, whatever I have studied, I'll just you do a quick revision of
Yes.
this and this and that. But that's not the case with AMC, unfortunately. The one thing that I dislike about AMC is that because as the exam would approach, more and more new stuff would keep rolling in. And that will give you a lot of self-doubt, because, okay, am I doing my preparation right or not? Because like you cannot know everything, right? Like whatever new stuff is
Agreed.
coming, like whatever you study, but you cannot know everything. So that is why the reason why I'm saying this is that when you're starting your preparations, like don't overwork yourself. Like I'll study for 10 hours and 12 hours and so you just first of all try to get into the zone of AMC, that
Mhm.
what AMC is all about, and how does AMC want your mind to function. That is
Okay.
very important to know. And that is the reason why taking these lectures or solving questions will get you to like just don't be this person. Okay, I'll just go through all the resources. There's a lot of resources are available.
You have to limit the resources you
Limit
are.
the resources, very very important, because if you go through to Facebook, Telegram, and all those things, a
They're not
lot of stuff is
verified.
and they're not verified. Yeah, that's a very good point as well. And apart from that, it will just boggle with your mind more, because like there's a limit to what you can do, right?
Yes.
And that is why I see academically when I was taking it academically, so I had this thing in my mind. Okay, do I really want to invest in this? Because like whatever they'll be teaching, I've already read it once. So how more it can it help me? So what you said, like that was my major point with taking this, because it will limit my thinking. Okay, like regarding this topic, you're only supposed to know this much. Okay,
Yes,
because
like limiting the important topics
limiting
and
the
doing them
important
properly.
topic. Yeah, for the AMC, they're not asking
Yes,
everything. You go to surgery, you go to medicine. There's only very
yes,
specific topics there they're focusing upon, and they'll only ask a question from that. You don't need to know everything. So, like, that is the reason why, like, if you're taking this lectures and all, so you'll know that okay, this is all the stuff that I need to remember. Okay, and then if you're building on your concept, that's a good thing.
okay.
But if you go through that approach, that okay, I want to know everything. I wonder when you'll be taking your exam.
That's not humanly possible. Let's just.
It's not possible. It's not
It's
possible.
not
But
possible.
trust me, doctor. I've seen like a lot of people who are like, no, I still don't feel prepared. I still want to do this thing. I still want to do that, and they end up never taking this exam
Yeah, but
because
I think taking up mock tests or some real, like we had always advised, even we were advised as students to take up real life stimulation tests. That
yes,
actually gives you the feel, and that
yes,
lets you know where you stand, how much you're stuck while giving the exam. So, did you take any mock tests
yes,
before
yes.
sitting?
I
And
did.
how,
I did.
when did you start taking them, and how frequently, and your sources?
I took mock tests like in my last 2 months.
Okay.
Like in last month, only, I can see. In last like previously I took like one or two, and like I took mostly the mock exams from M plus. So
Okay.
like those mock tests they're helpful to you. But again, the problem with the mock exams is that if you take it in M plus, like which is I think a very famous mock exams that people people for the exam take. The thing is that they'll just give you the same questions that you've done in the question. So that will be the same questions in the mock exams as well. So I think you can never like after you solve them because you already solved those questions. So you cannot be very sure that okay, where am I standing? So
Yeah, but our mock tests, we are not doing that.
yeah, no, in academically not. Okay, that brings to my second point. Like in the one subscription that I had, so like I have some friends who recently taken up the academically subscription.
Okay.
So and they are like, okay, now they have added the mock tests and everything. So that's a good progression. Like when I was not there, but now during the course of time, I think a lot has been updated in the academically portal as well. The LMS
Yes,
portal.
we are regularly updating the recall questions from last month, and the mock tests.
Yeah, that's also good.
Same
that was,
question.
even I had that. Yeah, because I think there were like 3 lectures of recalls that were taken by Dr. Swapnil and Dr. Rudra. And like the 3 recall sessions were there, and like they covered all the recall questions. There was a lecture, and then whatever questions were there in that lecture, like that was also included in the question bank as well. So yeah, it's recalls and all. Yeah, they're also very material, and that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good way to go about it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but as you say, that if you solve a question, you'll have like a clear idea that okay, how much I do, and what more do I need to do, and then it will also help you gain confidence. Okay, that now I think I'm ready for the exam, I'm prepared. So yeah, taking mock exams, solving question banks is a great way to go for it.
But we are glad Academically was able to help you, and somewhere we started your journey towards Australia.
Yeah.
And we would love to enroll you are an AMC Part 2 preparation as well.
Yes, for sure. I think that which is really good about Academically is that you guys are really active on social media, and even the founder, Dr. Akram, like he takes a lot of, I think, even I'm seeing like he takes a lot of YouTube live sessions and all, and not just for the doctors, even for I think for pharmacists and physiotherapists and all. Yeah. So there's very regularly he takes the YouTube lives and Instagram live, and also the social marketing and social awareness presence is there. Yeah. So that is because that is helping a lot, because as I said, still like people are now inclining towards Australia because they are ruling out the other countries.
No, the thing is, people don't really know the pathway, to be honest about it. And Dr. Akram is really putting it out there. Like, it's an easy option which people don't know about. There are not enough agencies explaining about it. And he's very nicely putting it out there for all of us. And he's put up a whole system. You don't have to run all the way. You just come to one person, they'll guide you with the skill assessment in AMC 1, and now we are even starting with AMC 2. So I think overall it's a good package for...
Good package. And that reminds me that, okay, when I was in the thinking process, so like this coordinator whom I talked with, he sent me this Google Meet link that, okay, Dr. Akram is is conducting this session in which you'd be, like clearing your doubts and about all the
Yeah.
AMC path and everything. And that really helps me put everything into perspective. Okay, how exactly the system functions, because Australia is like a world of its own, and so is
Yes.
AMC. AMC, like you cannot put it with other exams. It's got like its own status, because the exam is different. How you apply for it, for the epic verification and all the things that you are supposed to do before. So you need guidance for that, because obviously you don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
And like, and see, Emily and Claire, those two are such exams that whether you are taking it or not, but you know about it. Like since you're
Being
MBBS,
Indian
because so many
graduates
people.
being
Yeah.
Indian graduates, for some reason, from the start, we know about UK,
Yes.
US. Those are the
Yes.
only two
Yes.
places we are told
Yes.
about.
Yes, and you also know a lot of people. That's also the case. Like
Yes.
in your med college, like you have a lot of seniors who's there in US, who's there
Yes.
in UK, who can put like a live perspective for you, that okay, how
And
things
you
are
know
and
you
how
have
the
a
preparation.
backup if you're going
Yes,
there. That's another
yes,
thing.
completely. So, so you know a lot about exam. Like I think everyone knows about first aid. Everyone knows about
I know Kaplan,
UL,
UPAC.
Everyone knows about it. Like I've never even considered Emily, but I know about it, and so does my juniors and everyone. But that is why for AMC you don't. So you for AMC, like I think for like next 5 years or something, until it becomes as huge as US Assembly, which I think it will. But like in this case, you need someone to hold your hands and to tell you, okay, this is are the things that you're supposed to do, and this is how you're supposed to prepare for it. Because like even if you still go to, that is why I focus more on the point that the social presence of Academically is good, because still if you go to YouTube or something, and you search about AMC, I think the first or second video that pops up is of Dr. Akram, I guess, of Academically. Yeah, but apart from that, like you won't find a lot of information about how the AMC is, and
Yes.
other than that, and you don't even know a lot of people. Like frankly, apart from one senior that I had, I don't know anyone. Like okay, I made my friends.
No, even I would say I have done my
Yeah.
post graduation from India. I'm a graduate of CMC Ludhiana, and still I don't
Okay.
know a lot. And I finished my post graduation 4-5 years
Yeah.
back, and still I
Yeah.
don't know people who have cleared AMC. Like it's still a
Yeah.
territory unknown.
Unknown territory, yeah. Like the only people that I know are like in LinkedIn, but I don't know anyone who has cleared both the parts of AMC. And now they're doing that. They have this general registration, and they've started their post graduation and all those things. We still don't, because there are very less people also. Very less people.
You being a student, we have a lot of faculties with us who have cleared AMC 1 and AMC 2.
Yes.
And they are teaching right now, so we can help you get in touch with them. And they do help our students who have cleared with us with CV creation and getting in contact with people for jobs there or for observations there. So if you want, we can get you in touch with them. If you want, we'll do that.
That's what I was talking with you, like before the session. Like I was in contact with Dr. Ruda, and she's ready to help you. So that is what I like when Parthi called me yesterday. So that is what I also gave in the review, that like in this phase, I think you find a community if you join the community. So it's not just about exam preparation. It's not just about lectures. Okay, these are the lectures. These are the question books. Okay, done. It's not about that. Like they'll also give you the also their personal touch, and which is exactly what you need. Like when you're trying to move or keep like how's the maybe housing is there, how's the salary and all this there. So they will really help you out with that, because those are the things which matter too. It's not just the studying. So I think, as I said, it's very communal. Like the moment you sign up for this, you're added to this WhatsApp group, and there are like-minded people over there. And you can always reach out to tutors. They always seem so accessible to you. Like I always tell that these two people are like the friends only. Like I'm preparing exams.
Yes, most of our faculties are very quick to respond, and they're really
very quick to respond.
Always ready to give you that one-on-one mentorship whenever you are stuck. Anyway, emotionally or even with your studies.
Yeah, actually, what happened was that yesterday I had like a 24-hour shift. So when the results got declared, like unfortunately I didn't have time to. I wanted to text all those people that thank you for being a part of my journey, this and that. So I just put up the status on my WhatsApp that I passed the exam and all. And Dr. Udra actually she congratulated me. And then I felt so bad. Okay, it should be the other way around. I should be the one that they see my letter. But like she was the one who like how you feel about it.
The teacher is always proud of the student they taught.
Yes.
And then you'll be following her footsteps. So she.
Yes. Yeah, so like that's really, so and she's like, okay, you reach out to me, whatever help you want, like because
Yeah.
this is not the end. Like how you can also need to apply for jobs, then you need to start preparing for clinical. He's like, hey, whatever help you need, I'm always there. You just be here. So that is what I'm talking about, right? You get like a personal touch and you'll always feel supported because that is what you need. Because like when you are preparing for this exam, I remember talking this with one of my friends. You are actually coming out of this. Whole group of people who's like me preparing for NEET PG and all those things, and you're standing out apart from that. So now when you're taking that risk, like there's this constant pressure on you to prove yourself. Okay, see the decision which I took, it was not wrong. It's right whatever I did. So like that constant quench to to prove yourself, that is very stressful. And the stress will get to you because then you'd be like, okay, I didn't go with the pathway that everyone was doing, and I did something different
Just
from that.
just
So
like Robert Frost said, the path
yeah,
less taken, the hard one.
the hard one, yes. So you will need the people. So when I say this, you will need people to to back you up, to support you. That okay, you go about like this because like on your own you'd be stressed as hell, stressful because this examination preparation thing is also very stressful. Because
And
as you
you're
can,
risking a lot, not giving me
risking a lot,
chance
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
it.
Yeah, because if you compare these exams with other exams, okay, you're also investing, like money-wise also you're investing, and like time-wise and
Yeah.
like and as I again said that like not a lot of things are known about it. So so you
Very
feel
few academies or these.
very
Like
few,
for
yes.
NEET PG, you have so many. You can go to
No,
Bhatia, you
yeah.
can go to Marrow, you can go to
Narrow down,
another.
yeah, yeah.
But
I
for
was a part of dance and narrow,
there's,
but
there's just academically right now, or just a few
yeah,
more sources. It's
just few more.
situated in India as well as Australia. Like
Yes, yes,
they
yes.
don't have their offices in both the countries.
Both the countries, and I think that that's really helpful for the Indian students, like for the Indian students, because they have like so much of an Indian people working in academically, and that will help you out with the best way possible. So for the Indian or for the South Asian people and everyone, this is really helpful because like the people who are on the other side of the team, so they know what sort of difficulties you are passing through.
Yes.
You're coming from India, so like these are your limitations, these are your problems. So they'll focus more on that and they'll try to help you out because they know where you're coming from.
Yes.
That's really helpful in that way. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Chinmay, for
Thank you,
giving
sir.
so much time. And
Yeah.
we from Academically team, we are ending this coffee with current session. I'm not able to give you a hamper right now,
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
would love to send you a hamper. But
Yeah,
always
yeah.
congratulations once
Thank you
again.
so much.
I know the Indian scenario, and I know how hard it is to take a path that is hard,
Yeah.
not known to a lot of
Yes,
mentors.
yes, yes.
Everyone takes the easy path. You have the courage to get
Yeah.
out of it, go through the AMC
Yeah.
part one, and we could help you. We are really happy about it.
Thanks so
Congratulations
much.
once again. We wish you come to us for AMC part 2 preparation.
Sure. I'm considering that option right now. Sure thing.
Okay, but thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Yeah,
And,
you too.
and
Thank you so
let's
much,
stay in
Dr.
touch.
Signer. Yeah, sure thing. Thank you so
Okay.
much to Dr. Signer, to the academically team for having me, as I said. And like the main reason why I want to do this, I hope at least even if I had just one person to to keep the things and perspective very clear, I'd be really glad because I know how fast through these things, and like if I can help anyone, it'd be really good.
No,
These sessions are really helpful in that way.
No, you were really helpful about how to start studying and how to go about it, how to choose one verified source and slowly build up your knowledge.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
good
you so
evening
much.
once again.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.